Welcome to the Rooted Goddess podcast with your host, Leslie Sprague, where we talk all things wellness, woo-woo, life, and everything in between. As a small-town mom of two amazing kiddos, I understand the challenges of what it's like to stay grounded and go after your dreams. My goal for this podcast is to inspire you to root down so you can grow stronger, rise up, and let your light shine bright so you can be the goddess you are truly meant to be. Think of this as your one-stop shop. It's happy hour with a gal pal while getting truthful and heartfelt about taking the steps forward to living your best life. Welcome to the Rooted Goddess podcast. I'm your host, Leslie Sprague. All right, folks. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about the concept if you aren't growing, you're dying. This is something that my dad used to say all the time. And if you think about it, we are always, whether we are forced into it or not, forced to do some sort of growth. So let's think back to our childhood. So we are, not everybody, but a lot of kids go to school, start off in school. There's scary step number one. Oh, what's this going to be like? But we grow, we realize what it's like, what it does for us, and then we keep going. Then the next scary milestone is when we go from elementary school to secondary school. Oh boy, what's that going to be like? And then from there, we go on to possibly college or university. And we're always growing and evolving. All of these things are scary steps. Next one, maybe when you purchase your first home or you get married. One for me was definitely having kids. Not that it was scary to have kids, but the labor part, oh yeah. I'm sure as shit was scared about that. But then the second one came along and I was like, oh yeah, I've got this. Like, you know what to expect. And it's the fear of the unknown that scares us and keeps us stuck. Or playing small, for example, that has been one that my fears and dreams have kept me for sure, is playing small. So no matter where you're at in your life right now, I want you to take a minute and look at it. Do you have goals and dreams that you're looking at, working towards? If yes, great. If no, great too, because if you don't have any dreams or goals, that's okay too. Just as long as you aren't, I'm trying to think of exactly how to word this properly because being content with where you are at is awesome. And I also firmly believe that it can keep us stuck. Don't get me wrong, I 100% believe that when you want to, or when you reach a goal, you want to enjoy it for a little bit. But at some point, I believe that you need to grow or up level, take that next step. So I want to think of, if you're climbing a mountain, when you look up the mountain, you think that that is the most perfect. Now, I haven't actually climbed a mountain, so I'm just assuming here, but when you look up the mountain, you think, oh my God, this view cannot get any more better, proper English here. But then you start climbing the mountain. You start reaching those goals and those milestones. And then at one point you stop and you look out from where you are currently at. And then you think the same thing. Wow, the view from this point is incredible. How does it get any better than this? Like, you can see the tops of the trees and like, I think you get the idea. But then once you reach the top, you realize how breathtaking and amazing the view is from there, how far you can see. And what my point is that I'm getting at here is that once you reach a goal, and you know what, this actually ties into a firm belief that we can always better ourselves. And it's always a lifelong journey, because when you reach your goal, you have to start going through all these patterns and limiting beliefs again, because the ones you just broke through might hold you back from reaching your next goal. And it's, sorry, I'm letting my mind get in my head here for a second. So I'm pausing because I'm like, are you saying what's making sense? I want to be real with you guys, and I want to show you that I have these thoughts too all the time, but it's making the choice to push through and keep going. So just keep striving towards your goals. And the more, life is like an onion. And I think I've talked about this before, but, or you are like an onion. As we grow, we can put limiting beliefs on ourselves. Maybe it's that you can't have that dream life. You can't make that amount of money. You can't have, you're not an active person, so why would you try like creating a healthy lifestyle? Or those are the first couple that came to mind, but those are the layers of the onion that keep us stuck. Once we start to let go, they're like masks, so to speak, in ourselves as well. And those masks we put on because we believe we aren't worthy, we aren't enough. What I'm trying to get at, and I hope this is coming across properly, but is that you are enough just as you are. So by peeling back those layers and those limiting beliefs, you're letting your true self shine. And when we let our true self shine, we become our best self. And I believe this is an ever evolving process, because with each level that we go to, we need to peel back new layers. And if we stay stuck in where we are, it just keeps holding us back. It holds the people we care about back, in senses, because it's not allowing them to step into their true light. Because especially like for kids, one of the biggest reasons that I am on this journey is to show my kids that they can be, do, and have anything that they want to do or be. And that when they are their best selves, it creates more ease, more flow, more kindness, more love. Quite often when you're stuck, it's like physically being stuck. You can get stuck in a negative rut, in a negative situation. And I have been there. I've been stuck in that negative situation because I thought it was what I wanted, what was best for me. But I woke up. And sometimes that's what it takes, is people are almost quote unquote asleep at the wheel. And one day they wake up and realize, holy shit, how am I living this life? This has nothing to do, like, it has no alignment with me. So they wake up and they change course and they shift. And I believe in evolution. If you think about, I started off this podcast with just thinking of like us as young children, but think back to Mother Earth is a prime example of evolution and changing and growing. Back to the dinosaur era and the caveman era, they kept growing and evolving, and Mother Nature shows us on a daily basis. Now, I have to be careful with the way I word this, because in some instances, forest fires, and this is very touchy because there has been a lot of outrageous forest fires in the world lately, but a small forest fire, we'll start with, is Mother Nature's way of getting rid of the old to make room for the new. So what is something that you can let go of today to make room for something new in your life? We do this all the time in our houses. We clean out closets, we purge the fridge, we purge everything in our house to make room for new things. We can do the same with ourselves too. Animals are constantly, I don't know why I thought of snakes, but snakes, they're always shedding skin and evolving and growing, and it's just a natural process. But for some reason, we as human beings don't I don't know if believe in that is the right word, but we hold ourselves back from evolving and growing, and we stay stuck in the muck. But it is possible to have ease and love and light and abundance and freedom, and we can evolve and create and adapt and become that. Yeah, I think that's all that's coming to me at the moment on this subject. So I would love to hear what you have to think. So feel free to hit me up in the DMs and let me know on Instagram what you think. And I hope you have an amazing day. Namaste. Thank you so much for listening, and let me give you a virtual hug, big squeeze, as a token of my appreciation. At the very least, I hope you had some fun while listening, and maybe even learned a thing or two. And bonus points if I got a chuckle out of you. If you liked this episode, it would mean the world to me if you could leave me a 5-star review, or if you know someone who could benefit from listening, share it on your Insta stories and tag me at Leslie's Yoga and Wellness. Subscribe to this channel if you want to stay up to date with new episodes. By doing these things, it helps to get my podcast noticed so that people who need to hear my message are more attracted to it. Please feel free to stop by my website, lesliespragg.com, and grab a copy of my free Mom Self-Care Kit. While you're there, grab a free few yoga classes. Namaste, Goddesses. Until next time.